So, in recent news, everyone's found out that all their favorite YouTubers and streamers are probably creeps. I hope I'm not one of your favorites, because that does not apply to me, please. It's very left-handed to say that when you're a content creator, but it's hard. I mean, truly, yeah, most of the people on here are probably weird. I've even run into some weird people in my life, and I'm so glad they're gone forever. To get this started, if you go on Twitter right now and search up Kris Tyson, it's disgusting. You'll see exactly why everyone is so disgusted with Kris Tyson. Now, I don't know if all of these screenshots are real. I know the Snapchat video has to be real. You can't even really fake that. It's not possible. But the other screenshots circulating around Twitter are not looking good. And they could be fake, but I don't know. If you go through, basically, he's basically talking about, oh, it's this kid's birthday coming up. You know, do you want anything? I'll spoil you. I could get you anything. And just off that text, I'm not going to read any more off of that because it's weird. Just off that text, you can feel the power dynamic in that. Because you got to think, Kris is one of the biggest members of MrBeast, which is the biggest channel on YouTube, and he's saying this to a kid. And this is what makes it kind of seem fake almost, is you could see the answers by the kid, and it's such perfect responses that I don't really know. Because it just makes me sad seeing it. Because you could see the kid was kind of oblivious and was like, oh, no, I'm fine. Or, I just want to play Fortnite with you if you want. I killed you last time. Or play Minecraft and shit with me. Stuff like that. You can see how innocent the mind is of the kid, that he doesn't think about that in a weird sense. One of the people has come forward that has had their DMs between the two leaked, and he said that nothing inappropriate happened and all that, and he wasn't groomed. At such a young age when that was happening, you don't realize it's bad, and by the time you get up to the age you are now, it's just a memory. It's a faint memory. You don't feel like, you don't remember the stuff that was completely oblivious to you. You weren't paying that much attention. I can even say myself, when I was a kid joining Discord servers and whatever else, a lot of weird stuff happened in my life, but it never really sunk in until I started thinking back and going, oh, that was a little weird. Oh, you gotta put yourself in their shoes. Me, 20 years old now. I'm not going to DM or tweet about me having an OnlyFans and let a 13-year-old reply and go, oh, yeah, dude, next time I get my money, and then go, ooh, whatever. Like, whatever weird tweet that was, I'm not doing that. Look, I'm a streamer and a YouTuber. I play games where I play with viewers. Usually it's Ghost of Tabor, which is primarily a younger audience. So sometimes someone will join my game and they won't list their age, and they'll be like 14, 13, 15. And 90% of the time, I never see them again. Because I'm like, bro, I don't really want to play with someone that young, bro. It's weird. I don't understand why people's brains don't sink that in. And I guess in this sense, Kris Tyson just didn't have that part of her brain working. So Kris did make a tweet, or well, a few million, basically saying, I apologize for any past behavior that bothered you guys. It was horrible of me, but I never groomed anybody, and all this, right? All this feels like a lie. If these screenshots are real, you totally groomed somebody. Or you attempted to. Maybe it didn't work, but you attempted to, so don't lie. The only reason she apologizes is because she got called out on it. Look, bad edgy jokes is one thing, but when you're doing it to a younger audience, and especially as creepy as it was, how you were doing it, no. It wasn't a mutual street, it wasn't a two-way street. It was just creepy. It was just weird. You're a grown man talking to a child on the internet, brother. You can't do that. It's just weird. That being said, the things that bother me is he's not really even talking about what we're talking about. The grooming and the weird shit in the first statement. So then a few hours later, he says, I want to add, I've never groomed anyone. The person who gets brought up in these accusations is Lava and has vocally supported that they are false. Now, here's the thing. Lava's not the only guy in this. There's like 3 other people that have been leaking DMs between them and someone else. And Lava even said this in his tweet. He said, I commend MrBeast for taking the situation seriously and hitting a third-party investigator, also while taking the appropriate actions, cutting ties with Ava. While allegations involving my name aren't true, I feel like there's a lot of other allegations that deserve to be addressed and investigated thoroughly. I don't understand how this is addressing it in Ava's mind. It blows my mind, and I just don't understand how this is addressing it in any sense. Then she continues by saying, having said that, I humbly apologize to anyone who I've hurt with my unacceptable social media posts, past actions, and those who I may feel betrayed by how I used to act online. Again, that seems more like it's the edgy jokes, and that doesn't really matter. That's not... Yeah, it's not acceptable now, but it was back then. So, backhanded. Now, here's where this comes in. MrBeast released a statement He said, over the last few days, I've been aware of some serious allegations of Ava Tyson's behavior online, and I'm disgusted and opposed to unacceptable acts. And then he goes into this thing about talking about how he's getting it investigated in his own time, and he will never associate with Ava, and cut him out of the company channel and anything involved. Basically, there's more to happen with this than it ends here. Because, I mean, I guess Mr. Beast is pretty bothered by it. I mean, who wouldn't be? It's your longtime friend and what you nearly considered family. You've given this guy houses, cars, whatever else, and then this comes out and he's like, you know, a pedophile? It's insane. I do want to address one thing, and this is completely off topic, but kind of. I don't understand why Mr. Beast is getting such flack for his past videos and his past, like, things he's done and things he's said and whatever. I don't know why they somehow made this about canceling Mr. Beast too. Because how are you going to cancel him for something that his friend did? That's like trying to cancel Vanoss Gaming for what Minilad did. And everyone's bringing up the whole him trying to support Kris through his transition or whatever. And some of you guys are idiots. Why does that matter? Look, I have no issue with anybody transitioning. Be who you want to be. We're in a free country. As free as we can get, I want it to be free. If I want to own a gun and then get my you-know-what cut off, let me do it. I'm down for it. Let's do it. I'm all down for freedom. He was supporting his friend because everyone wanted to hate on his friend for transitioning into a woman. Where's the wrong in Mr. Beast for doing that? He's just supporting his friend. And somehow they're taking that and spinning it into this weird narrative that he was supporting him through his pedophilia. It's not the case at all, and you can see that in his, like, statement tweet. How are we making the transition and the pedophilia mix into one big? I don't think they correlate, brother. I do not think they correlate. I'm sure you guys have heard plenty about the Dr. Disrespect situation, about him messaging my minor on Twitch Whispers, which is absolutely insane to me. Who uses Twitch Whispers? But we're not getting into that too much, but I do see a similarity here. My number one similarity is the fact that Mr. Beast is getting clowned like Nick Merckx did about supporting his friend in a different time. Now, Nick Merckx's was a little different. When the statements about the pedophilia came out, he didn't want to believe it, and he was like, oh man, no, that's bullshit. And then when it come out by Dr. Disrespect himself that some weird stuff happened, that's when Nick Merckx took back his statements about supporting him, right? Mr. Beast was just supporting his friend that was transitioning, and then he got on from trying to support his friend for a completely different thing. Just because someone comes out as a creep doesn't mean that it's bad for them supporting them before they knew that. We all used to watch Minilad growing up when we watched Vanoss Gaming. We all used to watch EDP, weird meme compilations. We all used to do these things, and technically that's supporting them. Then when they come out as creeps, we quit supporting them. That's just how that works. And somehow Mr. Beast supporting somebody before they come out as a creep, bingo bongo. And then everyone thought he was supposed to release a statement. Immediately, 24 hours within the situation happened. He is one of the biggest, if not the biggest YouTuber on the planet ever, or is ever going to be. Do you think he's only going to take 24 hours to respond because he's not going to put a lot of thought into it? He's just going to tweet shit from his, like, couch? No! He's got an entire PR team. He's probably not even the one running his Twitter. Ranting aside and crying aside, I guess you'd say. Honestly, what Kris did is disgusting, and I think it's completely deplorable. She should be gone forever. I don't think everyone should be hating on Mr. Beast for what he did, and I also don't think people should be hating on Kai Cenat for what he did. People are giving him shit for calling Ava a he instead of a she. Why does it matter? Kris Tyson didn't care about these kids, so why should we care how they feel? I also see a lot of YouTubers calling out other YouTubers that always respond real fast. There's also video surfacing about how EDP445, which I mentioned earlier, that he's a pedophile, he called out Kris Tyson like a year ago for being a supporter of, what's it called, CP. So that blows my mind that, you know, takes one to know one kind of thing is wild, but cool. The final thing you can take away from this video is, hey, if you work with children in any sense, which with content creation, you will get a lot of younger audience. This is just an idea. Maybe don't try and fuck them. Never thought that would be a sentence that would come out of my mouth, but just for the future reference, can you not? Can you not? I don't know, man.